Hi guys, imagine a world where magic and wonder exist, where mythical creatures roam and extraordinary adventures await. In this tale I am about to share, you will be transported to a place where a young boy named Cam, together with his spirited friend Ali, embarks on a remarkable journey filled with mystery, danger, and the enchanting presence of a mermaid. Are you ready to dive in? Let's begin. Name of the movie is The Little Mermaid. Under the deep sea, there was a kingdom ruled by king and queen, who had 6 mermaid daughters. These princesses could explore their realm freely, but going to the surface was forbidden. However, on their 15th birthday, they were allowed to spend a day above water. When the youngest princess turned 15, she went above water and saw a handsome prince on a bird. It was love at first sight for her. Suddenly, an accident occurred, and the prince fell into the water. The princess rescued him and watched over him, wondering what it would be like to be a human. Unfortunately, when the prince woke up, he mistakenly believed that another woman had saved him, breaking the mermaid's heart. Feeling disheartened, the mermaid returned to the sea and ventured to its darkest depth to find a wizard. She told the wizard about her desire to live as a human, and he agreed to grant her wish in exchange for her soul. The wizard warned her that if she failed to find her true love, her soul would belong to him. She would only be able to reclaim it once she found true love. With her wish granted, the mermaid princess returned to land, only to discover that the prince was still in love with the woman whom he had met on the beach. The wizard then appeared to collect her soul, looking her away to prevent her from finding true love. The story shifts to a grandmother who tells her granddaughters about a girl named Ali, who believed in magical creatures like mermaid. Ali, who had lost her parent, was scared by her uncle Cam. Cam worried about Ali's health condition, which sometimes caused her to have coughing fits. He suspected that her belief in being a mermaid influenced her condition and sought a permanent cure. One day, Cam's boss assigned him to investigate rumors about healing water in Mississippi. Cam was initially skeptical but learned that many people claimed to be cured by the water. Hoping it would help Ali, Cam took it to that place. They rented a room from a woman named Lorraine, and then encountered about Peggy Jean, who shared her positive experience with the healing water. Cam arranged to interview Peggy Jean about the water after church. In the meantime, Cam and Ali went to a carnival to find Dr. Locke, the man selling the magic mermaid water. Ali visited a fortune teller named Thora, who sensed their connection to the ocean. Thora also warned Cam about someone trying to take his most precious treasure. At the carnival's main attraction, Locke showcased a mermaid in a tank. Ali approaches the tank and touches the glass, but Cam believed it was all a trick. Locke insisted that his circus has no cheap tricks. Later, Cam tried to buy healing water but discovered it was sold out. While Ali enjoys a ride on the Ferris wheel, Cam witnesses 3 men harassing the mermaid who has left her tank and is now walking on land. Cam confronts them, but they quickly flee upon seeing Locke approaching. When Cam and Ali return home, Ali expresses a desire to see the mermaid again. Cam insists that the mermaid is merely a trick, but Ali firmly believes she is real. Ali wonders how the mermaid can stay on land, but Lorraine explains that she is somewhat similar to a sea lamprey, which can live in both rivers and the sea. The next day, Cam begins interviewing people who have consumed the healing water. However, none of them provide convincing evidence of miraculous healing, leading Cam to dismiss the story as likely being a hoax. That night, Cam attempts to interview Locke about the source of healing water but is met with a magician's refusal to disclose the secret. When Cam inquires about the mermaid, Locke abruptly ends the interview and tells Cam to leave. While taking a walk in the woods, Cam and Ali stumble upon the mermaid wandering alone. Ali asks the mermaid how she acquired her legs, and she explains that her tail transforms into legs during low tide. The mermaid also shares a fairy tale about a girl born on land but blessed with a mermaid's heart. She introduces herself as Elizabeth but quickly runs off upon sensing Locke's summon. Returning to the carnival, Elizabeth witnesses Sid, the lion tamer, mistreating Ulysses, the lion-faced man, and tries to intervene. Sid threatens to harm her as well, but Locke arrives to reprimand them. Later, Cam sneaks into the closed carnival and enters the elephant's tent. He discovers an agitated elephant and attempts to calm it down. While in the tent, Cam overhears Sid and Locke discussing their search for a girl with special qualities. After Sid departs, Cam observes Locke playing a specific chord on an organ to access a compartment containing a glowing potion. Suddenly, Cam hears Elizabeth singing and follows her voice to her tent. Accidentally entering the tent, Cam receives a warning warning from Elizabeth to flee as Locke is aware of everything. Soon after, Locke and Sid enter the tent and urge Cam to leave. That night, Lorraine takes Cam and Allie on a riverboat ride. While Cam is writing his story in the study room, he notices Elizabeth peeking through the door. He steps outside to search for her but fails to find her anywhere. Upon returning to the study room, Cam finds Elizabeth reading his notes. Cam explains that it's still a work in progress, and Elizabeth discovers his disbelief in mermaids. Cam inquires about authenticity of healing water, and Elizabeth shares a belief in different types of magic but expresses skepticism towards Locke's power. Suddenly, Allie interrupts, informing Cam that the dance is starting. She invites Elizabeth to join her in dancing. As Cam watches the two girls enjoy themselves, Peggy Jean approaches him and warns about the temporary effects of the healing water. She advises him to be cautious when dealing with Locke and to keep him away from Allie. Later, Cam and Elizabeth step away from the dance floor to gaze at the moon. Elizabeth confesses that she enjoys observing people's complete personalities, but Locke prevents her from doing so. The two nearly share a kiss when the boat abruptly stops. Cam realizes that wheel is stuck and they must wait for high tide to resume the journey. In that moment, Elizabeth suddenly runs off and disappears. Cam suspects she jumped into the water, prompting him to dive in after her. Upon emerging from the water, Cam witnesses Elizabeth's tale and realizes he is a genuine mermaid. Elizabeth reveals he used to live with her family in the sea but was tricked. Locke deceived Elizabeth and took a piece of her soul. Because of this bond, she must accompany Locke wherever he goes. Elizabeth sadly reveals that Locke has been using her to sell the water from her tank as a healing potion in different towns. Cam urges her to escape, but Elizabeth explains that she cannot break free as long as Locke possesses a part of her soul. Soon Locke summons Elizabeth and she reluctantly leaves Cam to return to the carnival. Upon Cam's return home, Lorraine informs him that Allie is missing inside the room. Cam discovers a feather on the floor reminiscent of the one on Sid's head. Allie has been taken to the carnival and locked in a trailer where she finds Elizabeth confined in a cage. Allie discloses that Locke discovered her powerful magic due to her mermaid's heart. Elizabeth acknowledges the presence of similar magic in Allie but warns her about Locke's evil nature. Shortly after, Sid enters the trailer to take Allie away. Elizabeth pleads with Locke to release Allie, but he claims that she is the girl he has been searching for. Elizabeth reminds him of the hold he has over her soul, but Locke reveals his plan to get rid of her and take her powers. Meanwhile, Lorraine and Cam arrive at the carnival in search of Allie. Locke takes Allie to his room and offers to transform her into a mermaid, promising her anything she desires. However, Allie quickly realizes his deceitful intentions. Later, Thora discovers Cam wandering around the carnival and pleads him to the trailer where Allie is held captive. Upon realizing the cage is locked, Allie informs Cam that the guard possesses the key. Cam retrieves the key from the sleeping guard and unlocks the gate. But Allie insists on not leaving without Elizabeth. Thora explains that Elizabeth will perish if she departs without her soul and reveals that Locke keeps it hidden. Cam guides them to Locke's room where an organ resides. By playing a specific chord, Cam unlocks the hidden compartment and retrieves that glowing potion. Unexpectedly, Ulysses arrives to aid their escape from the carnival. As they reach the main tent, Thora freezes time just as Locke is about to present the mermaid. After unfreezing Elizabeth, Thora transforms her tail into legs, although it is temporary due to the approaching high tide. Before their departure, Cam sets the elephant free. Outside, they find Lorraine waiting for them. Cam realizes that they must get Elizabeth into the water, so Lorraine suggests taking a train headed towards the ocean. They manage to board a moving train just in time. Returning Elizabeth's soul, she expresses gratitude to everyone for their assistance. Ulysses and Thora disclose that Locke had promised to help them lead normal lives, but instead they became his captive for years. As time resumes at the carnival, Locke discovers Elizabeth's disappearance. Opening the secret compartment in the pipe organ, he also realizes that the potion is also missing. Sid informs him that the group is heading towards the ocean and some of his men are already in pursuit. When two of Locke's men board the train, Ulysses immediately attacks them. Cam tries to fight one of them but is overpowered by a forceful kick. Ulysses defeats one of the men with his strength and throws the other tug off the train. Just a while later, Locke appears in front of the moving train and uses his powers to halt it. The group quickly exits the train and switches to a truck to continue their journey towards ocean. However, they realize that they left Allie's medicine behind on the train, where she begins to experience a coughing fit. Thora stops the train, allowing Allie and Cam to retrieve the medicine from the train. Allie insists on staying with Elizabeth, assuring Cam that she will be be fine. Reluctantly, Cam agrees to proceed without them. Sensing Locke's proximity, Thora decides to stay behind and delay him. Shortly after their departure, Sid arrives and confronts Ulysses, revealing his long-standing desire for a fight. Sid ensnares Ulysses with his whip. Ulysses retaliates by pulling Sid towards him and slamming him against a tree. Before reaching the ocean, Elizabeth's leg revolts back to a tail as they emerge from the woods. Their truck becomes stuck, prompting Cam to carry Elizabeth on foot towards the ocean. Sensing Locke's approach, Thora informs Ellie and Cam that she will handle him so they can take Elizabeth to the water. When Locke arrives, he expresses his disappointment in Thora's betrayal. Thora tries to attack him with her energy, but Locke counters and lifts her into air using power. Ulysses arrives and attempts to strike Locke, but Locke vanishes into thin air. Cam, Ellie, and Elizabeth eventually reach the cliff overlooking the coast, only to find Locke waiting for them. Cam confronts him, but Locke uses his magic to forcefully push him away. Thora arrives just in time and Elizabeth entrusts her with a vial containing her soul, instructing her to use it to amplify her powers. Despite Thora's reluctance due to Elizabeth's weakened state, Elizabeth insists it is their only chance to defeat Locke. Thora unleashes her enhanced powers against Locke, but he shields himself with a force field. Cam also tries to charge at Locke, but he wasn't able to do so. Locke arrogantly asserts his invincibility, but Ellie interlocks hand with Thora and Elizabeth, emphasizing their collective strength against him. Together, the three channel their powers towards Locke, pushing him backward. As Locke attempts to retaliate, Cam tackles him, causing him to plummet into a whirlpool in the ocean. With Ulysses' assistance, Cam gets up and then carries Elizabeth into the ocean, placing the vial on Elizabeth's chest. Ellie revives her, and Elizabeth swiftly regains her strength. Elizabeth swims around while Ellie suddenly begins coughing uncontrollably. Elizabeth returns to them and takes Ellie underwater to heal her condition. Upon resurfacing, Elizabeth informs Cam that Ellie only needs to swim whenever she can't breathe. Before bidding farewell, Elizabeth shares a kiss with Cam. Once Cam returns to Lorraine's house, he writes an article titled "The Mermaid in Mississippi." Despite doubting that anyone will believe the story, Lorraine assures him that it doesn't matter as long as he believes it. After finishing the story, the grandmother starts coughing and he tells her granddaughters that it's time for a swim. Lily and her sister Rose follows their grandmother outside and witnesses her transforming into a mermaid, joining another mermaid in the sea. The characters of movie display bravery and resilience in the face of adversity. They confront their fears, stand up against injustice, and work together to protect each other. The film promotes acceptance and embracing diversity. The characters, despite their differences in abilities and appearances, come together and find strength in their unique qualities. Overall, the film teaches lessons about the importance of friendship, courage, selflessness, belief in oneself, unity, acceptance, and the transformative power of love in overcoming obstacles and prevailing over evil. So that was all for today. Hope you like our video. Don't forget to subscribe our channel if you like our content or to show your support. Thank you. Bye.